Aaron Carter's unfortunate passing has taken an unexpected turn, and Diddy is somehow reportedly involved, according to the rumor mill. It seems there are some surprising connections between Diddy and Aaron in his final days. Diddy's lawyer resigning is making everyone even more curious. People are wondering if there's something significant Diddy might be keeping under wraps. The authorities are closely investigating Aaron's death and his connection to Diddy, and they might even consider additional charges. It's even rumored that investigators are looking into other mysterious incidents connected to Diddy, including Aaron, who sadly passed away on November 5th, 2022, shortly after Diddy's birthday. It's like a real-life mystery story. There are some additional causes mentioned in a story, like alprazolam, known as Xanax and fluoroethane. It's interesting because these are the same causes of death linked to some famous people like Kim Porter and Whitney Houston. Jamie Foxx and Al B. Sure have had similar health issues too. And they all have connections with Diddy. You know, when you hear about stories like this, it makes you think a bit. A lot of people started talking about or against Diddy before these sad things happened to them. It's kind of like in a mystery book where all these strange things happen around one character. But remember, just because things look connected doesn't always mean they are. It could be a coincidence, or maybe there really is something more serious happening. We need to look at what's being said about Diddy and what these events might show us. Let's talk about Aaron Carter. It's said that he sadly passed away in a bathtub, and there are whispers that something might have happened to him before he was found there. If that sounds familiar, it's because something similar happened to Whitney Houston. She was also found in a bathtub, and there were some things that contributed to what happened to her. Now, how does this connect to Diddy? Well, here's where it gets interesting. Before Diddy became the big music star he is now, he learned a lot from a mentor named Clive Davis, who is a very famous person in music. But there are some stories about Clive that aren't so nice. According to Jaguar Wright, someone who speaks a lot about the music world, Diddy and maybe even Jay-Z might have picked up some bad habits from Clive Davis. Wright says these bad habits are part of a bigger problem in the music industry. Whitney Houston was sadly found in the bathtub at a hotel where Clive Davis was getting ready for his big Grammy party. Even after hearing about Whitney, Clive kept going with the party, which seemed pretty insensitive to a lot of people. On the same night, Diddy was out partying too and ended up in the hospital because of a really bad headache after his own party at the Playboy Mansion. Jaguar Wright has this idea about Diddy's journey with Bad Boy Records. She thinks it wasn't just about his talent or hard work, but that Clive Davis helped him out. Diddy started as an intern at Uptown Records and then quickly became really successful, which Jaguar believes was thanks to Clive opening doors for him that might not have been there otherwise. Jaguar also tells a story about a tragic event at a charity basketball game organized by Diddy at City College. Things got out of hand, and a large crowd caused a panic where 9 young people sadly lost their lives, including a pregnant woman who was dating a rapper named Father MC. Diddy claims it wasn't his fault, but some reports suggest that too many people showed up and there weren't enough security guards, despite warnings about potential danger. Some believe Clive might have helped Diddy avoid taking the blame for the incident, leaving many unanswered questions. There is also speculation about Clive and Diddy's friendship. An anonymous source suggests Clive may have helped Diddy start Bad Boy Records if Diddy became his new favorite over Andre Harrell. There's even a rumor that in 1994, Diddy did something special for Clive that contributed to Bad Boy Records' success. This is a real mess. First off, it's tragic that 9 people lost their lives because of poor crowd management and lack of security. It's hard to believe Diddy couldn't foresee the chaos, especially with warnings about the potential danger. Did you know Clive Davis mentioned being interested in both boys and girls, which sparked even more discussion about his life? He was married twice and has 4 kids, so people have always been curious about him. Now, there are rumors about Diddy liking boys too, following some serious claims suggesting he prefers boys over girls. Do you see the resemblance? Here's where it gets kind of tricky. Jaguar Wright thinks Diddy learned from Clive how to make things that can mimic natural illnesses, like a cold or a heart problem, to make suspicious things seem normal. She thinks they might have used this idea to make certain sad events look like they happen naturally, so no one would suspect anything strange. This is where Kim Porter's sad story comes in. Jaguar Wright mentioned that Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-wife, might have faced similar troubles as others linked to him. It's not hard to think about these claims, especially since Kim was reportedly writing a book about her difficult relationship with Diddy. The book was said to include stories of times when she wasn't treated well. One surprising part said that Diddy once got really mad and threw a chair, which meant Kim had to go to the hospital. It didn't end there. Diddy also wanted to take care of their kids without her, which made Kim feel trapped. She even thought about revealing all of Diddy's secrets. Jaguar Wright really opened up a can of worms with those comments about Kim Porter and Diddy. It's crazy to think about what Kim might have been going through, especially with the whole book thing. I mean, writing about a rocky relationship like that? Yikes. And that story about Diddy losing it and throwing a chair is wild. Imagine needing to go to the hospital because of it. Plus, setting up cameras and monitoring phone calls sounds like something straight out of a movie. And then the whole situation with the kids and feeling like she had to spill all of Diddy's secrets. That must have been so intense for her. The manuscript mentioned how Diddy was mean to Kim, making her do things she didn't want to and controlling her life a lot. There's even a scary part where Kim thought Diddy had something to do with the deaths of Tupac and Biggie to keep control over their music. When Kim died, people said it was because she got really sick, but right away, some people wondered if that was true. The first report showed there were strange things in her body that could look like her sickness. There were also rumors about a mess in her room that made it seem like something bad happened. The weirdest part was the timing. Kim called for help early in the morning, but no one came until her friend Kimora Lee Simmons found her much later that day. Kim's family reportedly felt something was wrong from the start. They even spoke with the FBI about potentially taking legal action against Diddy. Investigators asked them to keep things quiet so as not to interfere with the case. But the story becomes even more tangled. Some believe Kim's passing might be connected to her friendship with Shakir Stewart, a music executive she was spending time with. When Diddy found out about their relationship, he apparently spoke to Shakir, and a few weeks later, something tragic happened to Shakir, which was labeled an accident. However, his family disagrees and suspects there might be more to the story involving Diddy, and that's not all. Al-B Sure, who was once with Kim, also experienced a difficult time that left him hospitalized for an extended period. He hasn't shared all the details yet, but there were reports that he was writing a book about what really happened, similar to what Andre Harrell, another industry figure, was doing. It sounds like Kim's family had some serious concerns from the start. They even got the FBI involved thinking about legal action against Diddy, which is pretty intense. Andre also wrote a book about how some famous people have a lot of control over the music world. He talked about them using tricks to keep others quiet. He was even going to tell a story about how Diddy, with Clive Davis's help, took his place. But before he could share everything, Andre sadly passed away. Jamie Foxx is another person connected to this strange pattern. He was good friends with Diddy. Their friendship was so close that Jamie knew about some of Diddy's unusual parties. But things started to change when Jamie began hinting about the darker parts of Diddy's parties, which got people talking and noticing. This is quite the story. Sounds like there's a lot of drama behind the scenes. Did you catch that Netflix special where Jamie Foxx seemed to throw some shade at Diddy? He dropped a few hints about some beef between them, but nothing was really clear. Then, just as everyone was trying to piece it together, Jamie suddenly got super sick and ended up in the hospital. It totally caught everyone off guard. People are now buzzing with all kinds of theories, even wondering if Diddy had anything to do with it. After hearing this story, share your thoughts and remember to watch the next video.